Welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast with your host, the Man in Black, a.k.a. T-Miblivs. Each week we're here talking about the wrestling headlines and covering everything from Impact Wrestling to SmackDown. Join us each Tuesday via MayhemNews.com and the Mayhem News Live YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both and keep up with wrestling news and our show. Hi, this is the Man in Black, a.k.a. T-Miblivs, and this is the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast. We're kind of doing some changes, some stuff going on, so just bear with us a little bit. Probably going on another 2-3 months, so just kind of bear with us. Starting out, we're going to go ahead and start into some headlines. Pro Wrestling Net reports that some TNA wrestlers are being asked to take less money once their contracts are up, or once they expire, as has been speculated by some time now. In other cases, there are talents who have been approached about restructuring their contracts for less pay, even though Dixie Carter has pretty much oh, that's not happening, we don't know what you're talking about. But roughly half as much as in some cases have been asked to drop off each of their contracts just so they can save a little money. Yeah, so more woes with TNA. F4W Online confirms that what has been speculated for a while now, the WWE officials has at least considered doing a three-way match with the Shield members Seth Rollins, Dean Ambrose, and Roman Reigns at WrestleMania 30, as though this is just speculation, but because it actually, came from a pretty legitimate source. Seth says hello, by the way. And so, we're just kind of waiting to see what happens there. Fans online who have been pushing Hijack Raw, I don't think they really succeeded. I don't know if they succeeded, the other day. I don't know if they exceeded that Raw, whether Raw was actually hijacked or not. You kind of have to, just kind of think in a way they did, but most of the talent and most of the, they just kind of went along with it. So it kind of looked like they really didn't do anything, but, Elimination Chamber will debut on WWE Network on March 24th due to contractual obligations with pay-per-view replays. Going forward, all WWE pay-per-views will be available on demand the very next day after they air. 2014 Royal Rumble was just added yesterday. These two shows were part of the previous agreements with pay-per-view providers that did not give WWE the right to put the shows on their release them elsewhere in 30 days. So that's why you didn't get the, Bruco released an update last night, the fix on the demand issues with WWE Network. Some viewers may have been forced to update by going to System Update in their settings. PlayStation 4 has already launched an update for the system. Complaints about the network have tapered off, and it seems that Xbox 360 users are having the most problems now. Being a 360 user, had a little problems, but right now it's working great. The original rumors regarding the Authority, Triple H and Stephanie kind of going up against Vince McMahon for battle for the company. Apparently they've kind of backed off on that. I don't know what they're planning on doing, whether they're waiting for something to happen. I don't know. TNA Wrestling founder Jeff Jarrett has been working on reportedly building his new wrestling promotion and finally made a comment about its status. According to Wrestling Inc. on February 26, Jarrett said the sports convention appearance that his new promotion is a go. So we should be seeing something from Jeff Jarrett. It should be actually interesting. TNA's last week's Thursday's Impact was a .94 rating, down a tick from the .94 rating the show drew last week. Boy, they're raking in them. Anyway, TNA The Bromans took on Bad Influence and the Wolves and defeated them. Wolves are pretty cool, though, I have to admit. Ethan Carter defeats Doug Williams. I don't know where that match come from. Samoa Joe defeats Bad Bones. Bobby Roode defeats MVP with an assist from Austin Aries. Big assist. Like I said, we're only doing the follow-ups, doing the highlights of the show now. We're not doing the full show. We're not talking about everything. Some things just need to be left out. I didn't mention the knockouts pretty much because the knockouts match was, you know, they didn't push it. They didn't set it up as good to me. SmackDown, the Real Americans versus Mark Henry and Big E. They had Sheamus versus Alberto Del Rio. To be honest, SmackDown is, I don't know. I don't know. I really don't. I wasn't amused by anything. There was certain things that there really wasn't nothing to highlight. So, you know, Raw was a little better. The Usos winning the tag titles, that was very good. I appreciate that. I really like the fact that they let them win the titles. I think Road Dogg and Badass Billy Gunn, I think they really sold it. Let it really look like they were winning. It was extremely interesting. Probably one of the better matches of the night, actually. Pretty decent. Big E defeats Cesaro, and there's a little heat between him and Swagger. All the things we've been talking about, them breaking up the Americans, I think it's coming to fruition. I did think that Zeb Coulter looked a little unfamiliar and uncomfortable telling them to hug it out. It kind of looked like an ad-lib to me, but you know, it may not have been. They've used that in the past. The Wyatt family defeated the Shield. Yeah, they're really pushing that Shield breakup. They're setting everybody up, it looks like. We know that Roman Reigns is going to probably be the breakout star, him and Ambrose. Which, you know, all three of them are actually very, very good wrestlers. I have a feeling they're going to break them off. At least one of them will turn heel. Maybe two. But we know probably Roman Reigns is probably going to be a face. Yeah. Usually the one that starts bitching about one of the others first is usually the one going to be face. Daniel Bryan defeated Batista. Of course, I really don't know if Triple H can't beat up anybody unless they've been beat up a little bit before. I don't know. It's getting really, really old. It's getting really old. I don't know. But speaking of the network, I actually sat down and actually got to look through some of it. And I know they're adding stuff as they go, but I'm kind of missing some of the WCW stuff that I'm really looking for, which makes me wonder what they're waiting on. That if they're not waiting on somebody such as Sting, excuse me, yeah. I wish they would go ahead and put some stuff. There's some things that happened in WCW that I really wouldn't mind seeing. I'm kind of hoping that that's what's going to happen. That's what they're waiting on. You know, that he's going to be the spear of the arrow as far as the WCW stuff. And haven't heard much about it, which is kind of weird. I know everybody hadn't stopped talking about it, so I'm kind of wondering if maybe WWE didn't put a hush-hush. I don't know. I don't even know if they have that power. But I do apologize for my voice. Been fighting the sinuses and some other stuff. We're enjoying the winter in Wisconsin. When spring coming. Okay. Enough of that. But I've been looking at the network. They've got a lot of stuff. They've got some WCCW stuff on there. ECW is always good stuff. I didn't see none of the Legends, were the House of Legends or whatever it was with all the guys in it. I hadn't seen that yet. Maybe they just did the first one and now they're going to tease us with it. I don't know. So, but as far as it's the way you can navigate the network and look at everything, you don't really have to wait until a week when they're going to show something. You can go to the calendar and actually hit the calendar and roll down. If you see something you want to see sometime at the end of the month, you can go ahead and watch it if you want. You don't have to wait till they show it. It's pretty easy. It's a great system to navigate. It's not really a pain in the ass. It's pretty seamless. I have a Galaxy S4, so it's pretty seamless. It moves from screen to screen without a problem. And so far, I'm really, says hello again. Yeah. Say hey. Say hey. Yeah. Alright, sit down. Yeah, sit down. But it's really seamless. And I think it's one of the best moves they've made. I really do. I have a feeling that this network and these other people that are giving them problems about it, I have a feeling that they're gonna excuse me. I have a feeling they're gonna regret not giving WWE attention, because it could really get to the point where you just, get the app, or, I mean, I don't really complain as much now about the app. I do think that they mention it too much. I know some people that are fussing because they can't see it in England. For my friends in England, I'm sorry you cannot see the WWE yet. But the people that I know are fussing. I think it's really funny. Eat your heart out, bitch. No, sorry. But yeah, that's pretty much the show. Had a lot of stuff go on this week. We got the real Boogeyman is trying to push his return, trying to get back in the WWE. They announced Paul Bearer. Paul Bearer used to live less than an hour and a half from my house. All those times he was on the road, he used to pass less than 8 miles from my house to go home. I know, kind of had some problems with him on Twitter, but I've kind of moved on from that by what some people said and some kind of underbreath stuff. There was a lot going on for Paul Bearer during that time, and we don't know what was going on. So, I respect the man. He was nice to me when he was talking to me, and he was really respectful. He talked back and forth for 2 or 3 days in a row, and but I think they made a wise choice, and that's going to be one Hall of Fame that I definitely watch. I think Lita was a good idea. Jake the Snake, obviously, and then picking DDP to bring him out, and induct him into the Hall of Fame. I really don't think there could be anybody else. Ultimate Warrior, I think it's just going to be interesting to see Ultimate Warrior on TV again, because we all know that there's no telling what he's going to say. Really not. I don't think we're going to hear anything about moonbeams or nothing like that, but I know he's in shape, so if you're expecting to see a flabby Ultimate Warrior, I've seen some recent workout material for the Ultimate Warrior. Yeah. In fact, for his age, I actually think he's actually in better shape than he was before. So it fits him better to me. I think the hair, because the last time I seen him, he didn't have any hair. He shaved it down like mine. So I think he looks more meaner. I think he looks more, more aggressive, and I think that's going to be cool. The fact that they're talking about that he may actually have more than just a standard Legends contract, that there may be actually some wrestling. But I always got to mention my sponsor, ZachPackPromotions.com. Helps us with our webpage and has helped us with this show before. So they're one of our sponsors. You can look them up. They're a non-profit organization trying to save money for multiple causes and help people. I want to thank Throttle for giving us our theme song that you hear at the beginning, at the end of the show. New Blood. They always have good music. Awesome. If you're a heavy metal rocker, they're right up your alley. It's pretty good stuff. And I want to thank Fighting Disability Stars. We haven't been able to do much with the website because we have had a lot going on at the studio. So some secret stuff that I can't tell you about. I'm not going to tell you about. You're just going to have to wait. We're looking at least another 3, maybe 4 months, and all that stuff will be let go. But I really appreciate everyone that watches the show. I appreciate the people that tune in every week. You get to see my wonderful face. I'm glad you got to see me. But like I said, this is the Man in Black, aka Team Lives, and this has been Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast, and we're out. Welcome to the Mayhem News Live Wrestling Broadcast with your host, the Man in Black, aka Team Lives. Each week we're here talking about the wrestling headlines and covering everything from Impact Wrestling to SmackDown. Join us each Tuesday via MayhemNews.com and the Mayhem News Live YouTube channel. You can subscribe to both and keep up with wrestling news and our show.